Well guys, I finally did it. And no, I don't mean bought a pair of Crocs or Foam Runners. I'm never ever wearing those hideous, porous things unless I lose a bet. Not talking about that. Finally opened a high yield savings account. Don't ask me what took so long. I don't know. It's pretty much like, why did you take so long to really give Ultra Boost a chance? Now, why did I open this account? Well, to park my long-term emergency fund, set it there and forget about it. Just really, and that's what I do. I don't think of that as money that I can actually spend or have access to. That is, oh shit, it has really hit the fan. I am in desperate need. That's what that money is for. It's not for a shoe. It's not for wants, okay? It's for desperate times of need. And so I opened my high yield savings account for that. Now, why it took so long, again, I don't know. I made the choice to go with Capital One. You can go with a number of different institutions. Again, that choice will be up to you. But for myself, I chose Capital One because I likely will also open a Capital One card later on this year, just based on the perks and rewards I would like to get from a card, because I am that person. I don't pay a single dime or dollar in interest. So I would like to go ahead and reap the benefits of that, such as cash back, maybe on restaurants or going out or grocery shopping or who knows, but I'll make that decision based on the card that works best for me. In terms of why a high yield savings account is so good, at a traditional bank or credit union, the savings you probably get, the APY, it's like 0.2%, 0.3%. It's ridiculous. Once you see that deposit in your savings account, you're like, why did you could have saved that. Why is there like 3 or 5 cents that you just added to this account? It's ridiculous. It's a joke. Versus you putting your money in a high yield savings account, you can earn anywhere from 3.3% of annual interest, or it could even go up. Like I've seen some with 3.75. Some have even been higher at 4%. Now you have to be mindful of each individual account, and is there a minimum deposit amount that's required? Is there an annual fee? Is there a threshold in which you have to maintain in terms of how much is in that account? Those are all things applicable to each individual account. So whether it's with Marcus or Ally or with Capital One, again, you will have to make the decision for what works best for you. But for me, Capital One. And again, why do this? Because I would like at least the emergency fund I have put aside to keep pace with inflation. Nothing is keeping pace with inflation right now. So let's just say outside of what we've been dealing with right now, outside of that. Normally, if inflation is anywhere from 3 to 4%, then my savings at least is keeping pace with that. And that's what I would like. I don't need my money losing value. And that's what happens every day that your money is just sitting there and it's not doing anything. It's not actually earning any interest. Yes, it is losing value by the day. Now the money in our checking, it's literally going to get spent on something, bills, expenses, whatever. So it's not that big of a deal there. But the money that's sitting there long term, yeah, you should have it do something for you in the market, and it being parked in a high yield savings account, not investment advice or financial advice, but being parked there is safer than me parking it in the actual market, because that can be really volatile. It can go up and go down. I'm okay with that long term, 30 years from now when I'm ready to retire, but I'm not okay with that if I need to pull that money out right now for an emergency of some sort. Who knows? But that was a really big to-do item on my 2023 list. So check done. I feel accomplished to start February, and we're already in February. Like January went by so fast, but also some of it seemed slow. I don't know. There's always a lot that's going on, but the little things that we need to do, they usually take, right? Let's talk about this. We put it off, and it usually takes like a few minutes. It took 5 minutes. 5 minutes for me to set up this account. Like, you set up your account, you link a bank account to it, and you go ahead and you make that transfer, and boom, you're done. That's it. And every single time I save per month, I'll go ahead and put that money in there, and that's it. That's it. It's really simple. A lot of the things that you can do with your money that benefits you in the right now and in the future, it's easy. It's way easier than trying to hit on like a sneaker raffle or sneakers app, which we all know how that goes. Also, can we talk about this really quick before we end the video? Shock drops. What is shocking about them? Outside of the fact that if you look up the definition of shock, it has to do with an unsettling reality or reaction, and yeah, that's what happens. Like, it's unhappy, it's unpleasant. That's really how a lot of people feel with shock drops. Also, it's supposed to be a surprise. who's surprised by these anymore? Like, how often do they happen, or it's leaked, or everyone knows that it's go? Listen, no one should be live if it's a real shock drop. That's all I'm saying. It's not really a shock drop. People clearly have an idea that it's happening, so the surprise is gone. It's just not there. I don't know, this is always interesting to me that we're like shock drop, we're like the drop that everybody knows is happening. But if you were able to secure those 13s, very happy for you. I want 13s, not that 13 though. Like, I still want bread 13s, and I'll just have to go back on the secondary market and get those. I'm not in a rush to do that, but I'll just double back and get those eventually. So high yield savings account is opened, starting the month off well, and hopefully you are too. As always, if you need any assistance just in terms of budgeting, you need an idea, you need to know where to start, how to start, my budgeting ebook is free. Just hit my email in the description box of every video and I'll get that out to you. But also, thanks for tuning in. Act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.